Hi, I'm Mary Ann Smith, and today we're going to talk about dementia-friendly communities. The goals for today are to review the need for dementia-friendly communities, to identify the four main steps recommended by Dementia Friendly America, briefly describe the very first dementia-friendly community in Iowa, and then talk about how to access resources at Dementia Friendly America. I'd like to acknowledge that this program is one in a series of programs about the dementia-friendly social movement and is co-sponsored by the Some Center for Gerontological Excellence and the Geriatrics Workforce Enhancement Program at the University of Iowa Geriatric Education Center. Many slides used in this presentation are from Dementia Friendly America and are used with permission. So, by way of background, Dementia Friendly Communities was actually launched by Dementia Friendly America in 2015 at the White House Conference on Aging. The goal is really to catalyze the movement more effectively and to support those with dementia and their care partners. Dementia Friendly America is modeled after Minnesota's Act on Alzheimer's and also supports the Dementia Friends program that is focused on a more individual level impact, and for which we have a separate training program that I hope that you will also view. For now, the National Association of Area Agencies on Aging is the fiscal agent and has overview of the program for Dementia Friendly America. As you can see, there are links at the bottom of the slide here to both Dementia Friendly America and the Dementia Friends program. So, the growing need. Why do we need dementia-friendly communities? Well, it really all spins on the fact that the number of people who are over 65 continue to really grow. And as that happens, so does the number who are going to have Alzheimer's disease and other types of dementia. We estimate 7.1 million, 40% increase, will have occurred by 2015. Now, here we are already in 2020. So these slides are old, but the point is a goodly number of people who are aging will also have dementia. And as that occurs, there's going to be an exceptional need for us to all better understand what dementia is and how to be sensitive, caring, compassionate, and supportive. So families are often the caregivers. About 83% of unpaid help for persons living with dementia comes from families. That translates to almost 22 hours a week on average and 230 billion annually. So the point here is that supporting family care partners of persons living with dementia is just as important as understanding those who are living with the disease. So let's go back. What is a dementia-friendly community? Well, according to Dementia Friendly America, a dementia-friendly community is informed, safe, respectful of individuals with the disease, their families and caregivers, and also provide supportive options that foster quality of living. Joining Dementia Friendly America means a community is working to become more dementia friendly. The impact, as you can see on this slide, really comes from two different aspects. First, on the left-hand side, community capability, adoption of dementia-friendly practices across all community sectors, faith communities, businesses, government, healthcare services. On the other side, it's a systems capability issue. We want everyone in healthcare to adopt optimal dementia care practices and supports. And that applies to health services, long-term care, and also community services. So by coming at it from these two different aspects, community capability and systems capability, our goal is to support the person living with dementia to have high-quality well-being. We want their care partners to feel supported and effective. And we want them to feel both that they are part of the community and that they are also healthy themselves. So a dementia-friendly community is really one in which all sectors of the community play a role, and that's a term that's used by Dementia Friendly America. And as shown on this slide, all the different sectors from memory loss, legal financial, faith communities, banking institutions, transportation, and so forth, each sector of the community plays some role in supporting persons living with dementia and also their family care partners. So when we're thinking about that all sectors approach, I've got the list here in a slightly different format, which might make it a little bit easier to read than the small print on the earlier slide. But the point again is that every part of the community has a unique role in contributing to dementia friendliness. And on the left-hand side of the slide again is a screenshot that comes straight out of Dementia Friendly America. And as you can see, this one is illustrating dementia-friendly financial services. So for each of the sectors that are listed on the right-hand side of the slide, there is information and supportive ideas about how to prepare, learn, and respond to persons with dementia. So the idea here is Dementia Friendly America has really laid out some great ideas that will make it easy for all of us as community members to take action. Dementia Friendly America has just these marvelous online resources, community toolkits, sector guides, and resources. And as it says here, again, getting started in our community is really not hard because we can utilize the toolkit, we can organize leaders and community members to come together, and then they've outlined this beautiful process called convene, engage, analyze, and act together to foster dementia friendliness. Now, we'll be talking about each one of those in just a second. But the point I'm trying to drive home here is that it's all laid out for us. It's only a matter of bringing people together with shared interests and then using the resources that are already available. So Dementia Friendly America in this process says we need to organize an action team, and that could be representatives of the government, of the community, members of the faith community, healthcare providers, you name it. So as the slide shows, this could be reps from residential settings, local government, healthcare, financial planning, transportation, caregiver support. Now, the thing that I think is so important as you think about this action team is it really emphasizes too that people living with dementia, please notice the interior ring of the action team includes people living with dementia and their family caregivers. There's an interesting saying that's advanced by the Dementia Care Alliance, and that's nothing about us without us. And that really emphasizes the point that persons living with dementia and their family members need to be part of the dementia-friendly planning process. So here we come back to the toolkit steps. Convene community leaders and members, engage leaders to assess current strengths, analyze needs and determine issues so that you can set some goals, and then act together to implement what you want to do and set priorities about how you would like to proceed. So back to convene. In this step, we really bring together champions, people who are interested in advancing dementia friendliness in the community. And we talk about readiness and put together our action team. And just like we were demonstrating earlier, that can include all kinds of members of the community, but particularly should include persons living with dementia and their family caregivers. And then we put our action team to work to develop some timelines, build a case for being dementia friendly, and then we move on to engaging the community. So we form a sub-team or use the action team to drive an assessment effort. And at this point, this is where we're trying to decide where are the gaps and where are the strengths. So we want to do some assessment of what is going on in the community. This could be a survey, it could be focus groups. Lots of options exist about how this can be done. And then we take that data and we look at it and we say, what does that tell us? And in particular, we look for what the data may tell us about where our priorities should be. For example, one idea might be that our emergency response personnel are really not as dementia friendly as they might be. Or maybe it's our police department. Or perhaps it's the people at the bank who just seem to get put off when people get confused. So the idea here is that we look at it and we set some priorities about what the next step might be about how to proceed. Because when you think about all the various sectors in the community, we can't do everything at once. We need to prioritize. So the next step is taking action, acting on our results. So we share the results with our community members, we involve our community, and we think about an action plan that has 3 to 4 probably priority areas and start moving ahead about how can we help members of particular sectors of our community better understand what dementia is and how they can be more friendly to those living with dementia and also their family care partners. We can also gauge progress over time and think about, as the slide indicates, are clinical providers doing a better job? How about our home and community services? And what about our retail or business employees? So the idea here, and this is a pretty busy slide, but the point we're trying to get at is that we can improve awareness of the signs of dementia and then how to interact with people in an effective way. We want to improve environmental changes indoor and out so that people can wayfind, there are places to sit and rest, the weather protects them. Lots of ideas about how we can be more dementia friendly. So while there are 3, 4 main ideas on this particular slide, we would probably want to take what are our goals, what are we trying to accomplish in our community, and then map it out in the same way and say, how are we doing? How are we making progress? And if not, why not? And what else can we do differently? So back to community actions. Let's think about that a little bit more, because no one way is best. We need to think about individual communities. We need to think about our community. And this idea of community can be anything from a village of 200 to 300 people, or a very large city, hundreds of thousands of people. So lots of variation in how we might want to approach this. So sample actions would include offering training to faith communities, asking that the library include dementia-friendly materials, collaborating with the local emergency response teams or the police department, as I mentioned earlier, and also working with local health providers to promote early diagnosis and also information sharing and connection to resources so that both the person and the family understand what dementia is and what the road ahead may lead them to. Other community actions, and these are some really fun and exciting ones, are things like hosting a memory cafe. And a memory cafe is having a particular restaurant in town host an event where people living with dementia and their care partners can all convene at the same time, enjoy some beverages and refreshments, and talk to one another. Simple as that. But it's dedicated time in a social place, a fun place where we can all interact and have some fun together. Some other ideas are partnering with local schools, and herein is the idea of engaging youth early to better understand what may be going on with grandma or grandpa or Auntie M. So the idea is that we can engage with schools so the children also understand what dementia is, how it affects people, and then help those children interact with people who may seem a little confused or be having a little difficulty wayfinding, crossing a street, trying to select an item in the grocery store. The idea is, instead of making fun of people, we think about what's really going on and how we might be helpful to them. Other ideas are developing dementia-friendly business initiatives and certainly working with local restaurants, both to adapt how we offer services to persons who have dementia and their family members, and also to think about opportunities to perhaps offer dementia-friendly dinners on a monthly basis. Some other ideas are working across key groups to support vulnerable rural residents during adverse weather. And boy, here in Iowa, that's a really important one to think about in a big winter storm. And we know that Mr. and Mrs. Smith live out on the farm. Will they need some additional assistance? What if the power goes out? How can we as a community be really more helpful? And certainly we can collaborate with law enforcement on both training our officers to better understand what dementia is and how it affects people, how to respond in a kind and responsive way and not make things worse, and also to help our law enforcement community collaborate with the community on the use of ID bracelets or files about initiatives to help people get returned home. So there are just lots and lots of opportunities. These are just ideas that have bubbled up through dementia-friendly communities across the country. What I'd like to talk about now is that we have one dementia-friendly community in the state of Iowa, and I am so pleased to say it is in the Waterloo, Cedar Falls area, Dementia-Friendly Cedar Valley. It started in Waterloo and was led by Northeast Iowa Area Agency on Aging. The Area Agency on Aging was inspired by the National Association of Area Agencies on Aging, or the N4A, and their leadership of Dementia-Friendly America. And they brought the idea home, got an action team convened, and worked for over a year to try to get ideas together, think about where their priorities were, submitted an application to Dementia-Friendly America, and were recognized in June of 2019. Their kickoff event was held in July that year. Now, on the other side, Western Home Communities, which is located in the sister city of Cedar Falls, also launched dementia-friendly community activities in their senior living community, which has 1,000 lives and 750 of which are actually active living on their campus. So in some ways, they are kind of like a small town within Cedar Falls. So this trial program was launched with the Iowa Geriatrics Workforce Enhancement Program, or GWEP, and we initiated that program in July of 19, the very same time that Waterloo launched their dementia-friendly community kickoff event. When we started, we thought we would initiate dementia-friendly community principles at Western Home and then reach out to Cedar Falls. But the truth of the matter is we were collaborating with Dementia-Friendly Community Waterloo from the very onset. And as it turns out, it just made better sense for the two to join and make it official. So the two groups went back to Dementia-Friendly America and reached an agreement to call themselves Dementia-Friendly Cedar Valley and include both Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and the surrounding area. There was considerable overlap in the community sectors in these two cities, and also all of the services that are provided to the largely rural small town area that surrounds that very large metropolitan area. So there were many good reasons to join forces, share resources, and try to push things ahead. We're very excited about Dementia-Friendly Cedar Valley and the initiative at Western Home Communities, and hopeful that we can see additional replication and work like that throughout the state of Iowa going forward. So back to the Dementia Friendly America Network, and my reference to Dementia Friendly Waterloo went back to DFA to have a conversation. And so joining Dementia Friendly America means that the community is working to become more dementia friendly. It means that you've involved at least 3 sectors of your community. It means that you're including people with dementia and their care partners in planning, and that your goal is to adopt dementia-friendly practices throughout the community. Joining Dementia Friendly America is really a matter of writing a memo and having 3 letters of support. From there, Dementia Friendly America really supports you. Website materials are all free, downloadable, customizable. They have webinars about how to be dementia friendly. You can access all of these types of information on their listserv. They offer technical assistance. You can use their logo, brand your own information. And also, the really important thing is you can connect with other dementia-friendly communities across the country and think about what they've done to maybe inspire you about what you'd like to do. And certainly, they have a newsletter that highlights your work and really brings your ideas forward when you're ready to do that. I'd also like to emphasize that dementia-friendly communities aligns really nicely with being age-friendly. And the age-friendly community is another very large initiative that's important. And actually, we've developed a program, another program that I hope you will take time to take a peek at, that is called Age-Friendly and Dementia-Friendly Social Movements. that talks about how they're alike, how they're different, and why it's so important that we think about both at once. So the other program that I mentioned at the beginning is that Dementia Friendly America also supports Dementia Friends USA, which is a program that started in the United Kingdom and has been licensed and is available throughout the U.S. As you can see on the slide, I'm so excited. Iowa is now a state sponsor for Dementia Friends, which is very exciting. And again, we have a separate program about being a dementia friend and what that is and how it's a little different than being a dementia-friendly community, but it really supports being dementia-friendly in the community. So I'm very much hoping that you might take a peek at our educational program called Dementia Friends Overview, which you will also find on our website. So again, lots of ways, wonderful ways to stay connected with Dementia Friendly America. They have web-based resources. They have a newsletter. You can follow them on social media. Become a dementia friend just to find out more about that before you launch something in your community. And certainly, Dementia Friendly America is always available to answer questions if you have them. So in summary, I'd just like to say Dementia Friendly America is a leader in helping communities become dementia friendly. Their 4-step process helps inform and guide changes to increase dementia friendliness across community sectors. And most importantly, there is no one right way. Rather, there are many opportunities to make small changes that make a very big difference. Thank you.